Hey, sometimes as real estate agents and brokers, we get large packages put on our plate where a customer wants to, list and sell a bunch of parcels. Well, that's what I'm doing here today. I had a gentleman call from out of state and he's got 19 parcels that make up his estate that he wants to sell, and all of it totals probably about 900 to 1,000 acres. The thing I do when I have these large packages like this is I try to get them knocked out as quick as I can. We've been killed by the weather lately, but I'm getting these looked at today, and I hope to get them all looked at. First thing I do, I map them out really good because I don't know where they all are, and when I make a road trip, I want to be able to find everything when I get here. I then transfer the mapping to my app on my phone so that I can easily navigate on the properties. And then what I'm going to do when I'm here is get an idea of the timber, the ground. I'm going to look at the road frontage, utilities, all the things that we look at to determine value. I'm going to get all of that parcel by parcel, keep notes of it so that I can then give the gentleman what I think is the value for each one of the parcels as we list them. I'm also going to get all the pictures while I'm here so that once I leave today, I've got all the information. I've got mapping, I've got pictures, I've got turn-by-turn directions on where each tract is, to how to get people here. I've got all the information to do our write-ups so that I can then get these properties listed without having to make another long road trip back over here just to do something. One thing unique about this package that I'm looking at today is that some of the properties are an undivided interest. He owns a portion of them. Others he owns 100% of. So I'm getting all that information on all those tracts, put all those notes together, and then I'll have a good conversation with him and be able to tell him how I can help him. So this is one tract. We've got one of them under our belt. There's a bunch more to go. So come with me if you want to, and let's see what we see. We're going to go up here to where the map shows the timber is a little, looks like it's a little thinner, and just stick my head in there and get an idea of what's going on it. I don't know what this was to have just these little trails, short trails done like this, but neat property. This kind of place would be definitely rural home site tracts, 30, 40 acre kind of things, and people gobble those up. So that'll definitely help the value of it some. Well, that took care of, 5 or 6 parcels right there. Having good access makes a difference, makes it much easier. So let's run down here and take a look at this. About 80 acres, and it's on a blacktop too, and that'll take care of all these right here in this spot. The consistency is the same all over it. So if you see part of it, you've sort of seen it all in terms of what's growing here. It's all over pulpwood, overdue for a thinning. So that's what I'll tell him. Well, we've got out of the timberland. Now we're here in the great big river bottom, mostly ag ground, and has not been maintained, but road frontage and available power. Somebody be interested in it. We get this on the market. Well, we've gotten over half the parcels looked at today, 10 or 11 of the 19. And this last one that we just left is a gar hole. All it's doing, it's low and flat and just holding the world together. That's all it's good for. So I'm gonna tell the guy the truth. Several of the properties were okay properties. A couple of them were really nice. Some of that timberland we saw back east, the pasture ground over here is different. This is just like I say, a gar hole. Those of you in the business, you know what that is. What I'm looking at tomorrow is just a few lots to be easy to look at. I'll drive down the street and see those. And then there's a couple of small pieces of farm ground, probably 100 acres each, a little further south, and I'll get those looked at tomorrow, and that'll be that. But here's what I do on tracts like this. When you get a package, it's a lot of work. Sometimes people are excited about it because, oh man, look, all these listings come in at one time. Yeah, that's good, but it's also a lot of work. You got to take the good with the bad. Where I have seen agents go wrong is they want to cherry pick the best tracts out of the package and then leave the owner stuck with the rest of them, and that's just no good. You take the whole package, just like we're doing here, and you do the best you can with all of them. You price them all the way they need to be priced. You tell the owner the truth. You try to get the whole package sold piece by piece as best you can. When you're out here like I'm doing, I encourage you to go ahead and get all your pictures, get drone imagery, get directions from point to point so that you can do a good write-up, so you don't have to make a bunch of trips to get your package on the market. One thing about commission on something like this, a lot of customers will say, hey man, I'm giving you 19 tracts. You normally list it for 5 or 6% on your normal listings. Can you do a big package like this for 3 or 4%? Well, no, because these 19 tracts are going to be 19 different listings. They're all going to be separate listings, and they're all going to require their own amount of work, just like it was one listing. So yeah, I may give the guy a little bit of break and go, yeah, I won't do a full 6%, let's do 5. I mean, I'm trying to be reasonable. Be a little bit firm on your commission. 19 parcels in a package is 19 separate listings, and I may drive all the way over here to show one of them. So, charge your full commission. I think that's the right way to do it. Just my 2 cents on that. So anyway, that's just some inside baseball on how I do it. Thanks for watching. There's some more videos right there. Check them out.